YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're going to be doing an Atlanta Hawks offseason prediction video. In the last video I asked you guys if you guys were more interested in seeing me do realistic rebuilds from now on, something you guys want to see going from now on. So you guys decided, yeah, a lot of you were commenting, or a couple of you were commenting that yes, you would love to see me just do realistic rebuilds, is what you guys love. So down the line, for the rest of my channel, basically this is gonna be kind of a realistic rebuild style. Like every rebuild I do is gonna be trying to realistic, unless if it's asking Siri, that of course isn't very realistic. But other than that, guys, this is actually being pre-recorded. This is on May 6th. The Warriors and Pelicans play at 2:30, I believe, and then you guys will be seeing this on my birthday. So when this is uploaded, it'll be my birthday. But doing the Atlanta Hawks off-season predictions. Now this Atlanta Hawks team, of course, is in a rebuild stage like crazy, and when you look at the contract situation, they have Kent Bazemore on a terrible contract, they have Dennis Schroeder on a decent contract, and they have Miles Plumlee's terrible contract as well. They got Dwayne Dedmon, Mike Muscala, they have Taurean Prince, they have John Collins. Taurean Prince, John Collins, and Dennis Schroeder are a huge bright spot to this team. All pretty young, 24 years old. Dennis Schroeder and Taurean Prince are both 24, and John Collins is only 20 years old. So that is looking good for the Atlanta Hawks going forward. But what is next for this Atlanta Hawks team? Let's just go ahead and get through the offseason. So with the league meetings, we're going to reject all those. The Atlanta Hawks are projected to have the number 2 or number 1 pick, I believe, but for some reason 2K start today is broken, and they gave us the 10th pick, which is not actually going to happen. The Hawks were not very good this season, so what I'm going to be doing is grabbing the 2nd pick overall from whoever has it with trade override, and then I'll be turning trade override off. So who has the 2nd pick? The Suns. And let's go ahead and make that happen, and then let's turn trade override off. So yeah, unfortunately 2K just still has not fixed start today, so there's not a lot I can do about it. Then head coach, it doesn't sound like Mike Budenholzer will be back, so it looks like the Hawks are going to be looking for a brand new head coach. Frank Vogel is out there now. Do you really bring him in? I don't think so. David Fizdale was hired by the New York Knicks. Larry Drew, Sam Cassell, John Smith, Michael Brownstein. What else is out here? Mike Budenholzer is right there, but like I said, the Atlanta Hawks don't seem interested in bringing him back. Jerry Stackhouse, Logan White. I'm just kind of looking through the Stan Van Gundy. I'm surprised he has not been fired by the Pistons yet, to be honest. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just sign a random guy out here. Maybe Trent Peterson or something like that. Just get a head coach, that way we can just move on with this video, because the head coach is not very important, because that's going to be almost impossible to predict who they get. Maybe Jason Kidd gets a job this summer, he gets hired on to the Atlanta Hawks. Jason Kidd accepts, so we'll get Jason Kidd. All right, and then we're going to go to the NBA draft, and let's see what we got. So we got the 2nd pick overall, the 22nd pick, and the 29th pick. So I'm not sure why they have these 2 picks. I don't know what they're from, but hey, maybe they do have 3 picks in this year's draft, which would be very good for them. The Capitals got Dwayne Dedmon, Mike Muscala, Malcolm Delaney, Isaiah Taylor. I'm not going to bring any of these guys back, so let's go ahead and renounce all of these guys. And I know exactly who I want to get for the Atlanta Hawks out here, and I think it's going to make a ton of sense if I do grab them, and I hope I do get them. So let's go ahead and go in the NBA draft. Let's see if Marvin Bagley III is still left. I guess they could take a chance on Michael Porter Jr., but I love Taurean Prince at the small forward position. I guess if DeAndre Ayton maybe doesn't get picked, but I think DeAndre Ayton goes number 1 to the Phoenix Suns. Of course, I think the Suns will have the number 1 pick, and then I think DeAndre Ayton goes to the Suns, which it didn't work out that way. They actually drafted Marvin Bagley. So, oh no, they didn't. They grabbed, where's Marvin Bagley? Okay, there's Marvin Bagley. They grabbed Michael Porter Jr. So I'm going to be going ahead and grabbing Marvin Bagley III, because I think it makes the most sense. I guess they could grab Luka Doncic. That would make sense too. They could get a nice shooting guard next to Dennis Schroeder. So, because you got John Collins at the power forward position already. Although he can't shoot threes, neither can Marvin Bagley. Luka Doncic or Marvin Bagley. I guess I'll go Marvin Bagley here, and the Atlanta Hawks are going to get Marvin Bagley. So after the NBA draft, they got Lonnie Walker and Austin Willie as well, which I'll go ahead and accept all these guys. So Marvin Bagley, welcome to the team. Dwayne Dedmon declines his player option, and Mike Muscala accepts his. So we get Mike Muscala back and Malcolm Delaney. I don't need to offer that. He can go ahead and walk. And then now for the cap holds, we got Malcolm Delaney, and we don't need Dwayne Dedmon back. So now we have about 31 mil in cap space, including Kent Bazemore's crappy contract, and we have Miles Plumlee. So when we look at this team, You could start Kent Bazemore at the 2 guard, I guess, because you're not going to be able to get rid of that contract, unfortunately. Dennis Schroeder, Kent Bazemore, Lonnie Walker at the shooting guard. You got Taurean Prince. You got Marvin Bagley, DeAndre Bembry, John Collins, the power forward. So you have 2 nice young power forwards. You got Tyler Kanav, or however you say his name, Mike Muscala at the center. So the center position is very lacking right now. So if you could get a better center, that would be great for the Atlanta Hawks. So 31 million cap space, that can definitely get you a nice center. Is it going to get you DeMarcus Cousins? Absolutely not. We'll get DeAndre Jordan? Probably not. Clint Capella? Probably not. Enes Kanter? Probably not. Nurkic? Maybe. I don't know. Depends on how the Blazers feel about him. Although I do predict they will have. So Alex Len actually might be an intriguing option. I do predict the Blazers will bring back Yusuf Nurkic. That's what I meant to say. Anyway, I do think Alex Len could be a possibility. Maybe give him, I don't know, 14.35 mil over 3 years, unless if they don't really need to. You got Dwayne Dedmon still. If you wanted to bring him back, I guess. Kyle O'Quinn. Not a lot of nice starting options out here. I guess you go DeAndre Jordan. Could have went Mohamed Bamba in the draft. Clint Capella. He's going to go back to the Rockets, absolutely. And Enes Kanter is another option, but I'm not bringing Enes Kanter in. Brook Lopez. Let's see what we got. So Alex Len accepts. I guess they'll bring in Alex Len. Call it good. He's going to be our starting center for 3 years. So nice young center you sign there. And then what else do you got out here? You really don't need anything else, honestly. This roster is kind of filled out. You got Kent Bazemore, Lonnie Walker. So those could be our 2 shooting guards. Lonnie Walker come off the bench. Taurean Prince, DeAndre Bembry, Marvin Bagley, John Collins, and then you have a backup center in Mike Muscala. So I guess you could either use a backup small forward or a backup point guard. So let's see what's out there as far as those options. So you kind of want some young small forwards. Derek Jones Jr., I could see something like that. He is a 2-way player right now. Glenn Robinson III, I could also see them doing that. Glenn Robinson III, I'll give him a 3-year deal. And then what about point guards? There's Fred VanVleet. Of course, you'd love to bring him back, but I don't know. I was about to say he'd probably going back on the Raptors, but considering what the Raptors might have to do this offseason, I'm not sure if he'll be back. Trey Burke, Raymond Felton, Derrick Rose, Quinn Cook. Quinn Cook would be a nice, intriguing option, but I think the Warriors could re-sign him easily, or he could go to another starting team. Dante Exum, that could be another nice, intriguing option as far as a backup point guard goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Glenn Robinson and Dante Exum as well. Give them some nice contracts, and there you go. So of course it's not going to be exactly these 3 players that the Hawks can sign, but I expect them, just to make some young signings out there to make them mesh with the roster. They fit in there with the roster, and I think it'll make sense. The Hawks are obviously not going to be a playoff team next year. No way in hell will they be a playoff team. So honestly, guys, I think that this is something that can make sense for the Atlanta Hawks, and they're just going to have to keep going through the rebuild stage. The rebuild stage is going to be a long process. It's going to be, trust the process like the 76ers did. So that's basically what all the Hawks can really do, and it's not a bad offseason if the Hawks were able to do something like that. Just sign players that mesh well, blend in with the roster. So let's just go ahead, continue through the offseason. Let's look at the player progression, see how it went. Dennis Schroeder, 1 overall. John Collins goes up 3 overall. You got Alex Len, Mike Muscala, Dante Exum, Tarek Nava, and then training camps. Let's see what we got out here as far as training camps go. If we have 3, that would be great. If we have 1, I know who I'm giving it to. We have 1, I'll give it to Marvin Bagley III. And then let's go ahead and see what the rotation's looking like. Now, the Hawks can probably do a lot if they want to. I could potentially see them maybe going Marvin Bagley at the center position, if that makes sense. I don't know if they would do that. You could have John Collins and Marvin Bagley start together, although neither one of them can stretch the floor, so that doesn't really help you much. As far as 3-point go, what would make the most sense for fitting today's NBA system is Mike Muscala at the power forward, because he can shoot 3s, or something else. Someone that can stretch the floor, but John Collins and Marvin Bagley are just not the players that can do it for you. But unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with that. But I think I'm going to have John Collins come off the bench. I think he's more of a 6-man kind of guy that can bring energy off the bench. I'm going to go with 9-man rotation. You got Dennis Schroeder, I thought I hired Jason Kidd, but oh well. All right, never mind. I thought I got Jason Kidd. Dennis Schroeder, Kent Bazemore, Taurean Prince, John Collins, Alex Len, Marvin Bagley, Mike. Oh wait, no, not that. And then yeah, so Marvin Bagley, John Collins, Mike Muscala, Dante Exum, Glenn Robinson. I said a 9-man rotation. Thank you. No. What are you doing? All right, so 9-man. Is it a 9-man rotation? Yes, it is. Okay, so now we move Marvin Bagley and John Collins. So now we're going to do something like that. So Dennis Schroeder, Kenneth Bazemore, Taurean Prince, Marvin Bagley, Alex Len, John Collins, Mike Muscala, Dante Exum, and Glenn Robinson the third rounds up the rotation. So hopefully something can go well with this, and let's see how this team does. I don't expect this to be a playoff team. Do they have any major free agents coming up this offseason that I need to stop at the contract extension deadline? Let's go ahead and take a look. Player contracts. They're going to have Mike Muscala as a free agent. Not a big deal. And that's basically it. Other than that, a lot of these guys are locked up on contracts. So we're going to go ahead, simulate to the end of the season, see how this team does, and hopefully maybe you see some improvements. Their young talent progresses, develops, and then you like what you've seen out of the players on the Hawks. Welcome to the question today part of the video. I know you guys' favorite segment in the video. If you guys want me to answer your questions, just leave them down in the comment section below. I'll answer them in the very next video. You guys know how that goes. So first question is, who do you think will win the NBA Finals? Sylvan Skink 3410 asks. The Warriors probably. As much as we hate it, I think that the Warriors will probably win. All right, so is Sixers down 0-3 to the Celtics more embarrassing than the Raptors down 0-3 to the Cavs? For Boston, their guys stepped up, Kyrie and Gordon out. Also, as Cavs, they finally get their supporting cast to show up. Cowboy X Factor S. It's definitely more embarrassing for the 76ers to be down. I mean, kind of for the Raptors too, because this was the year they were supposed to be able to finally jump over LeBron, but of course it's not happening. So it's just unfortunate for them. Is Kawhi a good fit for the Timberwolves? I mean, I think so. I think if he could play next to Jimmy Butler, that would be a great defensive duo right there. And then do we got anything else? And that's it, guys. And I'm recording this question today part on my birthday. So it is my birthday today, but yesterday I was recording, the video was recorded before my birthday. But again, thank you guys so much for the questions. If you want me to answer your questions, leave them down below, answer them in the next video. Thank you guys so much for your guys' support. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the reason I grind every day. You guys make my day every day. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of the video. At the end of the season, Russell Westbrook wins MVP. DeAndre Ayton is your Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year goes to Jeremy Lamb. Drummond's Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan Bell's Most Improved. And Steve Kerr is your Coach of the Year. And now the usual, what we see. All Defensive Team, All Rookie First Team. Marvin Bagley makes the team. Let's go ahead and see how the player stats went out. I expect, if I predict, I'm going to say Dennis Schroeder led the way with like 16 points. 20 points, I was wrong. Okay, so way wrong. 20 points for Dennis Schroeder, 14 for Marvin Bagley. 11 for Taurean Prince, John Collins with 11, and Kent Bazemore with 9, Alex Len with 8, Mike Muscala with 7. But other than that, guys, they obviously did not. I'm just like stuttering right now. Obviously did not make the playoffs. So they didn't make the playoffs, but do we really expect them to make the playoffs next year? No, not really. But the Orlando Magic made the playoffs, so I mean, what can you really take from 2K? But thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, leave a like if you did enjoy this one, and subscribe if you haven't already. But this is Crushables, and I'm saying peace.